How are we going to fight AI? There's been so many things in the news lately. I'm sure everyone has seen the Tom Cruise, Brad Pitt fight on YouTube or Instagram or some other place. And it's very scary, okay? As a filmmaker myself, it really is, it feels like cheating is what it is. But I've had some conversations with actors and I've had some conversations with agents. I want to tell everyone here what's going on in my brain, and I don't know that I could offer up any actionable advice, but I just want to tell you guys where I'm at, and hopefully you can derive something out of this video and go forward in how you pick your jobs that you're going to work for. So I'll tell you a situation that occurred with an agent friend of mine. She was casting actors for a commercial project. Now, they were only background actors. There was a clause in the actor contract provided by whoever was paying for the actors, something to the effect that these likenesses could be used for whatever purpose that this particular company wanted outside of that commercial. And those purposes included AI and AI references. Now, if you don't know how AI works, that's okay. A lot of what AI is doing right now is it's having to pull from reference images. And I'm going to show you right now what that looks like. What you have right here is a AI reference image sequence of me generated via Nano Banana. What these companies have to be able to do is they have to be able to take these reference images and feed it into the AI in order for them to be able to do anything. And the reason why they have to have these reference images is because if you don't have these, if you're just going off of, you know, a single frame or something like that, the video generation won't be consistent. And the reason why I'm bringing this up to everyone in the acting group is because I believe that this is an opportunity for actors to be able to sell the license to their likeness. Now, let me clarify what that means, okay? In the music industry, okay, if I want to license a song for my film from AC/DC, I have got to pay an absurd amount of money to play that song maybe one time in the course of the whole movie. And it's only for that movie, okay? I don't get to use that song for anything else I want to do. It's for that one sing in a project at this one specific time. And there may even be stipulations about which part of the song I can even use, okay? We need to look at this whole AI thing very similar to how they do it with music, okay? Now, I don't have a contract drawn up for this. This is something that you guys are going to have to like go to your agent and be like, hey, we need to make sure that, you know, you need to make sure you're protected, basically, is what I'm trying to say. Because any unscrupulous person could, if they wanted to, find you on Facebook, snap a photo, take that photo, generate this off of that one photo, because AI can generate multiple versions. I only fed this one photo and it made this out of it. And then I generated all these other iterations out of the singular photo. Okay? One photo, AI made 8. Okay? And as someone who knows what they look like, this is pretty darn accurate. All right, it's pretty scary, okay? It's even got the little mole on my face right there, and it's consistent through all of these different photos, if you'll notice. Yeah, it's right over there. So the reason why I think this is a great opportunity for actors is because as much as I can't stand AI, and as much as the AI commercials annoy me so much, we need to learn how to adapt. Because this is not going away. This is sticking around. Anybody that said the internet was going to go away in the early 2000s has been sorely mistaken. Would I foresee myself implementing AI in my films? The answer is yes, and I want to be extremely specific with how I want to do that, okay? And this is something that you probably need to mention to y'all's agents, because what I want to experiment with is what I would call a hybrid workflow, okay? So I like being on set. I like talking to actors. I like working through scenes. I like going to beautiful locations physically. All right. This is part of the joy of filmmaking. Go to a place I've never been before, shoot a great scene with great people. That's why I even do this. Okay. I can sit back on my computer and make AI videos of myself all day long if I want to, but I don't want to do that. Why? Because that's boring and lame and doesn't bring me any joy. Now, here is something that I can't presently do at the level that I'm at. If I want to blow up a city block, if I want to have 1 million people as extras in like a football stadium, can't do that. If I want to set a car on fire, can't do that. Anything that involves any physical destruction of property, I can't shoot it on film because I don't have the budget to be able to hire a pyrotechnician, get the fire department involved, buy the car that's going to blow up. Like there's so many logistical things that are involved with like anything that involves what I would consider special effects that I could see the AI implementation in terms of that front to be very useful. And I'm going to demonstrate that now. All right, so this is a video of myself that I generated. And as you can see, it is an explosion on top of a mountain, okay? This is literally not possible. Like if you came to me and said, I want a shot like this, I can't film this in real life. I can't. The amount of money, safety, time, this is not possible, okay? However, if I was working with an actor, and let's say we're shooting 99% of the movie in real sets, okay? If I need to, okay, and if I need to have this particular scene happen, I could take a picture of the actor, get Nano Banana to generate several different reference images of that character, put the character in a specific outfit, place them on the mountain, have the explosion take place without having to risk any harm at all to the actor. Okay, that is where I see this being the most advantageous use of AI for me personally. And for whatever kind of contracts that you guys are looking at, there needs to be some reference of this because, okay, for instance, if there's any one of you actors that have ever had to get, lathered up in fire gel and set on fire, let's just say you didn't have to do that. Okay, now you might love doing that, and as a stuntman, if you like doing that, I'm not trying to take away your job. I'm speaking for filmmakers like me who are spending 20 to maybe 30 grand on a feature, okay? That's who I'm targeting, okay? I'm not trying to take away jobs from pyrotechnicians. That's not my goal. My goal as a filmmaker is to make the best film that I can with the resources that I have access to. And if I can figure out a way to, make a movie that makes enough money to where I can have an actual pyrotechnician on the set, I absolutely will do that. If I could pull a Christopher Nolan and have a giant 747 crash into an airplane hangar, I'll do it. Why? Because it's fun. I don't have Christopher Nolan's resources. Why? Because I'm not Christopher Nolan. Okay? So there's a lot of great potential with AI. There's a lot of great things that we can do to ensure that actors stay safe on set, where they don't have to be exposed to actual explosions or fire, where they don't have to risk bodily harm, okay? There's also a lot of danger with AI in the sense of actors simply having their likeness stolen, literally stolen, and used for infinity without any form of payment, really. I mean, how many stories have you guys heard of musicians who have just their lives are ruined because they signed away all the rights to their music to a record label and now they own nothing? I mean, there's so many stories about this happening in other industries that we cannot let it happen to ours. And so, here's what I ask of all the actors that I'm speaking to right now. Talk to your agent. If you have the money, talk to a lawyer. Get something drawn up and make these companies who are hiring you for whatever, make sure that they understand. I would hope to think that people out there are as ethical as I am, people who want to work with actors, but I gotta tell you, people, they want to use this AI stuff. They want to generate completely fake actors that don't exist. Why? Because it's cheap. Because they're trying to rub two nickels together to just crank out stuff so they can put more advertising dollars out there to sell their products, yada, yada, yada. You all know the spiel. The main thing that I want to make sure is that I protect the people that I'm working with, you guys protect your own, and we all end up very happy at the end of the day because we were able to not just avoid AI, but to use it to our own benefit. Now, I'll leave y'all with this one last tidbit, okay? When we talk about these license for likeness contracts, okay, I think that if I was an actor and if a company approached me and they said, we want you to be a supporting cast member in a feature film. We also would like to be able to use your likeness in AI. It's like, okay, you are going to have to pay for a license to use my likeness, okay? And this is not a cheap license, okay? If everybody in the United States decided unanimously, all 350 million people, if everybody decided unanimously that we weren't going to pay taxes, guess what? The government ain't going to do nothing, all right? So hear me out on this. Actors, here's what I would do. You need to create a likeness license, okay? $50,000 minimum. Okay, let's keep it at $50,000. If someone wants to use your likeness for a singular project, singular, not perpetual, singular, $50,000. Okay? And that way, what they get with that is the license to use your likeness, and then the actor can do the voice acting for your own AI actor, or you could even write in the contract to where that person who has that license has the rights to use your voice in like an AI clone. Some form of that, okay? But you need to keep it high. There's a way that this could backfire, and I'm aware of this because everyone's thinking, well, if you charge $50,000 for a real actor to sell their real likeness, why couldn't they just generate a fake AI model to do it for free? And the reality is that's true. However, at this particular time, if you want something that is going to look really, really good, you still have to have some form of human involvement. Like the AI stuff that's out there right now, I can spot it. Like I know almost immediately. Sometimes I have to watch a few times, but the number one thing that sets me off is the monotone voice, the lack of any really diversion from different speech patterns. Like it's all very consistent. It's all very robotic. It's all very like. Obviously, that was an exaggeration, but you know what I'm saying. Like it's very easy to spot AI right now. Will it get better? Yes, it will. And when it does get better to where it is absolutely positively indistinguishable from real life, then we'll have to cross that bridge when we get to it. But anyway, I've gone on rambling enough. I just wanted to put my thoughts out there because I'm a filmmaker and I love working with actors and I want to continue working with actors. And I want for everybody in my business to thrive, not just, try to figure out how to crank out something because people are already been doing that. People have been cranking out bad content for as long as movies have been out there. Okay. And ultimately I want to be able to produce very high quality content that features very talented people and that really just amplifies everybody. So with that, thank you very much for listening, and I hope you have a blessed day.